Hello, everyone. Welcome to iExamB and a very, very interesting session today that we have with us. Today, I have with me Mr. Rohan Walia, who is a SEBI Grade A officer today, and that too, he secured an All India rank of one from the legal stream. So many, many congratulations, Rohan, for this
Thank you, ma'am.
achievement.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for taking out time to share your journey, your strategy, and your valuable inputs for various aspirants. We have received a lot of queries. Before I go ahead with the introduction of Rohan Walia, one small thing, we were also supposed to have Mr. Sagar Sharma with us in the session today. He secured All India rank of 9 for SEBI Legal Stream. However, due to some health reasons, he has not been able to join this session, but we will try to get another session if possible in future. So we'll go ahead with the session. Rohan, thank you. And I'll give a brief introduction about Rohan. So Rohan completed his LLB from the Damodaran Sanjeev National Law University from Visakhapatnam in 2019. 2020, he enrolled as an advocate, and he also started preparing for various opportunities in the legal space in the government sector. And in 2020 itself, he gave SEBI his first attempt. That time also, he missed it by only 1.25 marks. And then he was determined even more to crack it in the next recruitment cycle. And in 2022, not did he just clear it, but he also secured the All India rank of one. So that's a very, very short brief from my end, Rohan. So thanks again. And my first question to you, Rohan, is what made you start preparing for the various opportunities?
Well, ma'am, I was never really interested in a private job. I was always looking forward towards public sector. So from my college days, I was keen on preparing for civil services, and initially I had always thought myself as a civil servant. But later on, as time passed, I got to know about the SIP recruitment process. I realized that okay, fine, this is better suited to my needs and aspirations than UPS. So then I shifted all my energies toward this.
Okay. So, how did you start finding about the legal opportunities? Because when we're preparing for, say, civil services or UPSC, very easily it is you can take an optional as law and continue to do that preparation. So, did you have to make an effort to actually find out how and what all you can do in the legal space in the government sector apart from, joining the civil services?
Yes, ma'am. This remains a fact even to this date when the information and technology has penetrated to such an extent that people do not know about public recruitments. Like in the government sector, they are not usually aware of it, and that is why they fail to participate in such recruitment cycles. Now, and that is why people keep looking. Uh, it might be also because of their aspirations, but this is also one factor that they are not getting into the public sector. They keep looking jobs in the private sector, where the unemployment is very high. Even for somebody who has graduated from a law background, it is a fact that the employments are underpaid, and yeah, there is a huge unemployment prevailing. So when I started preparing for civil services, I did not know about any of the options I have in my field. That is, after after doing my graduation in law. So thereafter, I started thinking of RBI Grade B as my second alternative because many of the civil service aspirants go for RBI Grade B as well. But while preparing for RBI Grade B, I followed various channels on YouTube, even I exam these channel, also various Telegram channels. So in these channels, I found out that there are a lot of notifications of public sector, especially in the legal field, which comes out every year. So if one has to start looking for these jobs, I suggest you to go to a certain there are various number of Telegram channels where anybody can find job. You just have to search on Telegram legal vacancies or legal government jobs. And also, I recommend everyone to follow various coaching institutes YouTube channel, also iExamB YouTube channel, because it usually gives out these notifications.
Yeah, so I'll just add here a very small announcement for all the aspirants who are looking for authentic updates related to legal exams. We have been doing that on iExamB, this channel also, and very soon we are launching a separate channel for law, legal preparations in the government space, which will bring you focused. If you are only interested in legal, all kinds of updates related to content plus notifications will be available there. So it will be coming very soon. We are already in the process, so that may help in future for all the parents, at least who don't get to know about the various opportunities they have. So Rohan, you mentioned, in the private space there is dearth of good opportunities, and that's what also attracted you. So yes, SEBI offers a very attractive package and a good salary, and in addition a very good reputation to be working in this space. So when you see, you as an LLB is also eligible for the general field or the general opportunity in the SEBI. Why particularly legal, and why not look for general recruitment also?
Ma'am, I believe there is a huge opportunity cost involved here. Like in my first attempt, I had cleared the phase one from both the streams, general as well as legal.
Okay.
However, when I started reading for my phase two exam, I realized that it was not possible at such a limited time because I took only 4 months of preparation for my first attempt. So I realized that it is not possible to be well versed with the syllabus of general as well as legal because the syllabus is quite different.
Mhm.
So I realized that okay, fine. If I have to give my 100%, I should choose only one stream and rather focus all my energies into it rather than दो नाव में सवार होने से ज्यादा
Mhm.
अच्छा कि I master in one.
Okay, great. No, that's very important, because one needs to know the opportunity cost. So the word that you have used, I really like to talk about it, because ये दिखता नहीं है तो हम सोचते हैं कि ये कोई कॉस्ट नहीं है, ये बहुत बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट कॉस्ट होती है। कि एक अपॉर्चुनिटी को लेट गो करना ज़रूरी होता है कई बार, क्योंकि उसकी कॉस्ट इतनी ज़्यादा होती है, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द टाइम, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द एनर्जी यू पुट इन, एंड वो जो आप दो नाव में सवार होने के चक्कर में दोनों से हाथ खो बैठते हो, वो हमें रियलाइज करना ज़रूरी है कि क्या हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है कि नहीं। सो इट्स ग्लैड टू नो कि आपको पता था आपका क्या फोकस एरिया है, एंड आपने उसी पे फोकस किया। सो एक दूसरा बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन आया है स्टूडेंट से कि इज इट इम्पॉर्टेंट और इज इट अ नेसेसरी रिक्वायरमेंट to have graduated from a national law university to be able to clear this exam?
No, ma'am. I sincerely do not believe that any university has can give you something which will help you clear in any examination. So the university has no part to play in it apart from how you choose to utilize that university. Say you can learn how to study law even in a private college or a private university. You do not need national university for that. So how you approach this examination is entirely based on you. So yes, it is a fact that most of the NLU graduates appear for interview in SEBI, but it is also a fact that not like it is not necessary that you have to be a NLU graduate for this to in order to clear this examination. The SEBI notification nowhere says that you have to be an NLU graduate. Even the interview panel does not ask you or does not give you any more relevance if you are an NLU graduate when compared to a normal or a private university graduate.
Okay. So I hope all of you who were scared about this, अभी कोई ऐसा टेंशन नहीं है। आप कहीं से भी करिए, आप केपेबल होने चाहिए, आप कहीं से भी करिए, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता
Yes.
इसके लिए।
Just recommend to those people who might be afraid of this thing that they are studying in a private university, I recommend कि अभी से पढ़ना चालू कर दो. Like you start studying or you start learning how to study. Not that you actually study, but एक तरीका अपने लिए figure out कर लो. ताकि whenever you appear for any competitive examinations in future, you have a planned way or planned strategy to finish one act, one book or anything.
सो इस पे रोहन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग आपने बोला कि हाउ टू स्टडी, कि इस पे हमें पता होना चाहिए या एटलीस्ट हम इस पे सोचना शुरू कर दें. तो एग्जैक्टली हाउ टू स्टडी, कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए, क्या 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 वो पॉइंट्स हो सकते हैं जो दिमाग में रखने चाहिए?
So I had devised a unique way of studying while for civil services, also while for college. So मैं क्या करता था, whenever I used to study, I used to revise. If I had read something yesterday, I used to revise that first from the very beginning, even if it takes me the entire day. And even if I move forward only 2 pages, I used to make sure that I revise all the 20 pages which I had yet rusted. एंड ये प्रोसेस मैं रिपीट करता था हर दिन, इवन इफ आई मूव फॉरवर्ड ओनली 2 pages, that is okay, but once I have revised something, once I'm confident in it, so I used to think that I am successful.
ओके, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रिवीजन एक्चुअली बहुत पावरफुल टूल होता है. कई बार हम अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं उसे, बट एक्चुअली वो बहुत बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है. बिकॉज जो हमने पढ़ा है, अगर हम वो ही उतना भी रिटेन कर लें तो काफ़ी हद तक किसी भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में हम बेनिफिट कर पाते हैं. सो
स्पेशली ये सेबी लीगल स्ट्रीम जहाँ पे बहुत कुछ आपको याद रखना होता है, it becomes all the more important कि आप revise करें. चाहे even if Companies Act is there and it only has 20% weightage, but make sure that you revise it so many times that no question in 20 में से, in 10 में से कोई क्वेश्चन ऐसा ना हो जो आपसे छूट जाए.
ओके, सो आपने कंपनीज एक्ट की बात करी रोहन, सो आई विल इलैबोरेट ऑन दिस बिकॉज काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स ने ये पूछा है कि जब वो एलएलबी करते हैं, सो कंपनीज एक्ट एंड सिक्योरिटीज लॉ स्पेशली इतना ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं होता है. तो दे आर वेरी स्केर्ड ऑफ स्पेशली द कंपनीज एक्ट एंड सिक्योरिटीज लॉ बिकॉज ओवरऑल सिलेबस में इसका वेटेज भी सबसे ज़्यादा हाई है एज कम्पेयर टू ऑल द अदर टॉपिक्स एंड द एक्ट्स. तो इसको कैसे अप्रोच करना चाहिए और कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए और कितने डेप्थ में पढ़ना चाहिए?
Well, ma'am, because it has a lot of weightage, I recommend, because Companies Act is a substantive as well as procedural. तो सेबी हैज अ सेट फॉर्मूला कि वो प्रोसीजरल लॉ से कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछेगा एंड डिस्क्रिप्टिव से कैसे पूछेगा. सो बिकॉज कंपनीज एक्ट इज बोथ, so I recommend going going through it word by word. You have to keep just you have to keep the bare act in front of you, also the syllabus in front of you. सिलेबस के बाहर से कुछ नहीं आएगा, सिलेबस के बिना कुछ नहीं आएगा. यू जस्ट हैव टू स्टिक टू द सिलेबस एंड रीड एंड रिमेंबर एवरी वर्ड ऑफ द कंपनी एक्ट बिकॉज इट इज वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट वेटेज सब्जेक्ट्स. सिमिलरली सिक्योरिटीज एक्ट को आपको कवर टू कवर याद करना है, ओनली द बेयर, ओनली द बेयर, कवर टू कवर याद करना है फ्रॉम द enactment date to the miscellaneous section till the last page. Also, अगर ये चीजें complicated हो जाती हैं आपके, I recommend sticking to the bare act that is given. अगर आपको ये एग्जाम निकालना है तो आपको bare act पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. But अगर आपको difficulty होती है इसमें, तो you can easily approach any of the coachings. Like even iExam provides detailed lectures and notes for Companies Act and Securities Act. So you can approach any of these coachings और आप उसको समझिए. If you have any difficulty in Companies Act, you utilize the notes and the lectures in order to better understand it, so that you can better remember it. So you do not have to substitute the bare act for notes or lectures, just that कि आप इनकी help ले सकते हो ताकि आप ज़्यादा अच्छे से याद रखो.
Yeah, yeah, right. Suggestion, Rohan. I'll shift a little from the legal aspect and come into the paper one in both the phases. Paper one in phase one, which is English, reasoning, and general awareness or financial awareness. And in phase two, if we talk about paper one, it is a descriptive English writing skills paper. So, how much time did you give to the preparation of these, and how did you actually prepare for these? Because many times legal हमें फिर भी पता होता है being done a graduation in कि कैसे approach करो, bare act को कैसे पढ़ो, कैसे reading करो, कितनी बार करो. But for many students these subjects become very new. तो कैसे उनको approach करना चाहिए और कितना time देना चाहिए इसके लिए?
Well, specifically for phase one, paper one, I followed a very unique strategy. Like, uh, I played on my strengths. You just have to do a SWOT analysis. I was really weak at quant. So in both my attempts, I have zero in quant because I did not attempt even a single question in quant.
Okay.
So I knew my strengths, that my strengths are English and reasoning, and I also knew the fact कि मेरे को सिर्फ 30 marks चाहिए इस paper में. I can get 30 marks by any of the permutations and combinations. चाहे वो English या reasoning में हो, चाहे English या current affairs में हो, it's okay. मेरे को उससे ज़्यादा time नहीं देना है. Because ultimately it is not scoring, it is just qualifying. So I recommend everyone to play on their strengths here and only give as much time as it is required to get a safe score. Remember, you do not have to master it, you do not have to master the quant, you do not have to pick up any book कि आप हर एक question solve करो and become an expert in it. Right? This is not a bank. Paper one is just qualifying in nature, and that too just 30 marks. So specifically on the like ground level, what I used to do, I used to give out mocks from the date of notification till the date of actual examination. I used to give one mock a day, daily, at the time when the actual paper is about to be held. Say, for example, if it is 9 o'clock, I used to give my mocks at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
उससे तुम्हारा brain भी active रहेगा, that you need to be active at that time, at that point of time. Also, if you give 5 to 10 mocks, you will easily know your strengths. Okay, this is something I need to work upon, and this is something I can leave out. So, if all in all, in any of the permutations and combinations, you are getting a safe score from 40 to 50 in any of the mocks, like in all the mocks. So, you are getting an average consistent score between 40 to 50. So, know that you are well prepared for it because in the actual examination, the exam will be much more easy than mock. Say, for example, many coaching institutes, even iExam provides mock, which is quite tougher than the actual examination. So if you can score around 37 to 40 in iExam,
Okay. Yeah, please. Sorry for that interruption. Yeah, so we were talking about the preparation for paper one for phase one, and Rohan had been mentioning that it's very important to give the mocks and also being able to identify your strengths ताकि आप उस पे फोकस करके you are able to play on your strengths क्योंकि the good part about सेबी पेपर is कि यहाँ पे sectional cut offs नहीं होती आपको सारे subjects जो हैं पेपर वन में क्वांट इंग्लिश रीजनिंग सब में आपको सेपरेटली कट ऑफ नहीं मीट करना होता सो दैट्स द वेरी गुड पार्ट इन द सेबी एग्जाम जो बहुत डिफरेंट है किसी और कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम से so that was there Rohan one question I'll just take up from the chat the 666th Dan is was asking about paper 1 descriptive essay writing so I will come to that to you before that he's also or she is also asking related to the transfer policy so see transfer policy at SEBI is you can be posted as such nothing stops SEBI from posting you any of their offices in India. So that is there. But mostly the biggest departments and majority of their strength sits in the Mumbai office. So it's a very high possibility that you spend the majority of part of your career in the head office in Mumbai. But nothing stops them from transferring to any of the regional offices, and you should be prepared to do that. Right. So yes, Rohan, if we continue on that aspect of paper one in phase two, which is descriptive English, right? So how does one prepare for that and the essay, especially essay and Pressy? How can one practice for that and approach that?
Okay. So it will be a step-by-step process to attempt descriptive paper. First of all, you need to be updated with current affairs. Current affairs, in the sense, what are the social and political issues happening in the nation right now, or even worldwide. So for that, you need to read one newspaper every day. Because it is a financial sector job, so I recommend reading Financial Express, which is quite informative in nature. Also, you have to read fodder materials. So, being a UPSC aspirant, I utilize the fodder material of Vision IES. But I do not recommend everybody to go to Vision IES because it is quite bulky in nature and you have to be able to have that background in order to identify the important topics. So, you can approach various coaching institutes who provide these fodder materials to you, and you have to read those fodder materials. Once you have read those fodder materials, you can easily get those pinpoints in your brain, like in your mind, that okay, fine. If something comes up in from this topic, say from, for example, from poverty alleviation or Atmanirbhar Bharat, what will I write? So you just do that mental exercise daily. जब आप fodder material पढ़ रहे हो उसी समय. Once you are familiar with this exercise for around 10 to 15 days, I recommend starting to practice. Now, practicing is the key to clear the descriptive part of it. So, what I used to do, I used to set a stopwatch and practice writing essay, pressy, and reading comprehension. For that, you can get either you can choose a mock from any of the coaching institutes. Even iExamB provides good marks for English descriptive, or you can just go on Telegram, search free sample presses or free sample essays or free sample reading comprehension PDF. You'll get it, right? Just that you will not be able to analyze it because if you take a coaching institute, people are there to analyze you and recommend you certain suggestions. But here you just have to do the self analysis or use Grammarly. Okay. So after you have done these things, you just pick out one essay topic, one Pressy topic, and one reading comprehension topic, and try to solve them within an hour. It's okay if initially टाइम एक्सीड हो रहा है और अगर आप 1 से 1.5 घंटा भी हो जाता है या 2 घंटा भी हो जाता है, इट्स ओके. यू डू नॉट नीड टू बी नर्वस. In fact, you just need to work upon this daily. So what I used to do, I used to give out around 20 minutes for essay, 15 minutes for pressy, and 25 minutes for reading comprehension. This time division also has to be there in your practice. because reading comprehension forms the major part of this. Reading comprehension में 40 marks होते हैं, 40 marks. So it has the highest weightage, so you have to give the most time to it. Also, uh, you can do one thing: practice on Notepad. MS Office में मत करना.
Mm.
Practice on Notepad because जो actual interface होता है exam का in all these computer based tests, ठीक है, considered it to be, imagine it to be the worst possible you can encounter. ठीक है, although they are improving now, they are slowly improving it. However, still you will not get that fancy interface which you get in your home or in your laptop. So consider practicing and imagine the worst possible scenario. Sometimes it so happens that the keys are not working. I have seen people encounter this difficulty. I have seen that people are not able to edit their sentences in
Good.
the midst of examination.
Yeah.
Yes. Expect the worst possible and keep 10 minutes aside for it.
Yeah. Plus, you know, even if you are writing on Word and all, there's a tendency वो auto check होता रहता है या फिर हमें पता चलता रहता है. Notepad पे when you do it, you don't get to know. So you will know later on what your grammatical or sentences errors have been in there. So yes, it is very important to practice, not just imagining, actually typing and practicing and writing. You know, some essays, even if it, as you mentioned, taking time initially, but बाद में हम धीरे धीरे वो time improve होता रहता है या reduce होता रहता है. So, Rohan, I'll come to the last aspect, which is your interview. What all was, how did your interview go like? Was it very, very factual, legal based, or was it HR based, or how did it go?
Interviews at SEBI, or in fact at any of such organizations, are usually profile based. Like the crux of the interview is that the panel analyzes you whether you are good at what you are doing right now, so that you'll be good at SEBI while you'll be working at SEBI. So, अगर आप एक student है, so you will be asked academic questions based on your academic knowledge. Most of the interview will be focused on that. I am not saying that it will be strictly on that. Ultimately, it is the discussion of panel, right? And yes, and they can decide otherwise as well. However, most of the interviews are focused like this. So if you are a working professional, you should be thorough with the ins and outs of whatever is involved in your workplace. If there is any law which you frequently encounter, you should know the basics as well as the advanced understanding of it. So, in my interview, also one foremost thing and most important thing is you must have patience. होता ये है कि इंटरव्यू पैनल आपको आधे घंटे या 45 मिनट्स तक भी ग्रिल कर सकता है. At that point of time, you do not have to lose your patience and confidence. Always remember that it is just an exercise which they are doing to analyze your personality. And if at that time, if you lose your confidence, ultimately you will lose marks. This happened with me in both my interviews. I have appeared for interview last year as well. So in both my interviews, they lasted for around 30 minutes or even more than 30 minutes.
Okay.
But last time I got only 6.5 marks in my interview, and this time I got 11.
It's a huge
So the
difference. Yeah.
yes, so the difference is only in preparation, right? I was not prepared last time. होता ये है कि after you clear mains, ये एक ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी है, एक सर्टेन सॉर्ट ऑफ लेथार्जी किक्स है कि ओके फाइन, अब तो सब पढ़ लिए, अब तो इंटरव्यू है, इट इज जस्ट अ फॉर्मेलिटी. पीपल अंडर एस्टिमेट एंड पीपल यूजुअली मिस आउट ऑन मार्क्स देयर, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इनफैक्ट लीगल स्ट्रीम के जितने भी अनरिजर्व कैटेगरी में सेलेक्टेड पीपल है, दे रेंज ओनली इन 2.5 मार्क्स. सो हियर even 0.25 marks makes a difference. एंड पीपल हैव दैट टेंडेंसी कि ओके फाइन, मेंस में इतना अच्छा करना है कि इंटरव्यू की जरूरत ही ना पड़े. इवन आई ट्राई टू डू दैट दिस टाइम, बट दिस इज नॉट ह्यूमनली पॉसिबल. आप कभी भी मेंस इतना अच्छा नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि उसकी लेवल ही इतनी सेट होती है कि इंटरव्यू की जरूरत ना पड़े. तो इंटरव्यू की जरूरत पड़ेगी. बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट. एंड हाउ डू यू प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट? Three things. First is your profile base, that is if you are a student, academic knowledge or your job. Second is finance. Finance in the sense, if you are from legal stream, definitely go to securities law cases, companies law cases, the recent cases, the major landmark cases which have an impact on Companies Act, Securities Act, as well as constitutional law. Also, the general current affairs, which you might have gained a lot if you have been reading the newspaper since the time of prelim, prelims. So these three things combined the bulk of your interview question.
Yeah, actually, because interview is testing your personality more. Of course, they expect some basic understanding of your subject. You can't go blank, absolutely. But majorly, it is about having that confidence, being able to converse, being able to structure your thoughts and actually put it in front of the panel. Many times, we are very knowledgeable, but if we have not really thought through, we are not able to structure our thoughts. So that also requires practice, that also requires good amount of attention to be able to do that. So yes, very very important. Rohan, very important, one very interesting question came, and these two students actually asked when they had filled the Google form. One is Manisha and the other Tarun. Both of them asked in similar fashion this question: what was extra or different that you had to do to actually get AIR1?
Well, I do not think there is any other alternative other than hard work. Last time also, in fact, I did not do anything extra this time. If you see my marks, in both my attempts, I got 80.5 in my legal paper in mains. In both my attempts, there was no difference. In fact, this year I had got less marks in descriptive. Last year I got 60, this year I got 56.
Okay.
So I don't think there is any alternative to hard work or there is any other way which you could do something differently. It's just that you have to do whatever you are doing better than others. Right? Even if it's 12 seat, you have to get only one. तो आपको बाकी सबसे अच्छा करना है, आपको अपना बेस्ट देना है. That is all. Even if you are trying it once, twice, और अगर आपका थर्ड अटेम्प्ट है तो भी क्यों ना. आई नो इट इज मोनोटोनस बट आपको वही चीज हर रोज करना है ताकि आप फाइनली उसको अचीव कर पाए.
Yes, yes, that's actually very, very important point that Rohan has said. We don't have to stop looking at our goal and getting motivated and working towards it every day. Many times it feels like यही तो किया था, यही तो पढ़ना है. These are the same acts I have to study. It's the same quant questions I have to practice, the same essay I am writing, but it is not the same. It is really not the same. It may look same, but it is not the same. And practice does make a person perfect, not just in content, but also in confidence. That is also very, very important, to have that confidence and belief that what you are doing is in the right direction. So that's very important point, Rohan, that you've mentioned, that there is no substitute to hard work. That is there. Rohan, I would like to, in the end, also ask about your journey and iExamB's role, or how it has been useful to you overall in your preparation.
So my journey from 2019 till 2022 has been a very, there has been a lot of ups and downs in my journey. However, in 2020, I was not able to clear civil services after studying for it for 2 years straight. So after that, I started looking for alternatives. Thereafter, I gave SEBI. I was this close, but I could not clear it. So I thought, okay, fine, it is good to have a backup. I chose IBPS SO as a backup. So this time I cleared IBPS SO as well. I got Union Bank of India posting, but I did not join. And I cleared, fortunately, SEBI as well. So this journey has been one of sheer hard work. I have been doing the same thing since. Although, yeah, I took up something. You are free to do freelancing. You are free to do some part-time job, but you have to get your priorities right. You have to get your priorities straight. So my priorities were straight that I have to get into this organization, and that is why I worked for 1.5 years straight for going into SEBI. So iExamB helped me, yes. I have used the free mocks. I did not enroll the coaching. I did not take up the coaching I exam B because this was my second attempt, and in my first attempt I did not know that I exam B provides a detailed coaching about it. So in my second attempt I did not feel the need to do so. However, I have used the I exam B free mocks for paper one, phase one. It was quite good. I had also used the guidance which is provided to all the general candidates as well as legal candidates regarding descriptive in their YouTube channel regarding descriptive English as well as legal paper. They even provide you previous year question paper in all of their videos. So I exam B, I encountered that it is the sole channel which usually deal with previous year questions. So, and I have had the opportunity to analyze their courses of IBPS SO as well as SEBI Legal, and I must say it is quite good. So, if somebody is in the need of helping hand, they can easily take up exam coaching. And yes, they will. It is provided there. It is provided the entire end-to-end guide for SEBI examination. You can get from phase one, paper one, till the time of interview guidance.
Yeah, thank you, Rohan. And we did have one round of mock interview in your last attempt, and I am sure that had given in you
Yes,
insights which you were able to carry forward in your the next attempt. So it's been an ups and downs. Journey 3 years journey that Rohan started with UPSC, then legal opportunity, especially focusing on SEBI itself. And he missed it last year in 2020 by few